Okay, so I got this application. This is the DS11. This is the US passport application. I actually got this from the website right here, travel.state.gov, this Department of State website. So I found it there. They have a couple of numbers here and contact information for customer service. They have automated information 24 hours a day. But before you actually start filling out the application, a few things you need to gather that are going to go with the application, and we'll kind of get into the process of that in just a second, of the actual appointment in just a second. But you really need to have four things. You need to have proof of US citizenship. You need to have proof of identity, color photograph, and fees. So I'll give a little disclaimer. Make sure that you do your own research. Things can change pretty quickly. So although this video is for informational purposes only, please make sure to do your own research as well to make sure that nothing has changed, none of the requirements have changed, so that you are not left in the dark on anything. But anyway, so let's start with proof of US citizenship. They have here what qualifies on the actual application. Let's see here. So if you're a US citizen, these are things that you can provide. If you're born outside of the United States, they have what you can provide to satisfy that requirement. Let's see here. I used a birth certificate. That was pretty straightforward. So you can, your previous US passport if you had one, or certified birth certificate, and they give the specifics on that. Proof of identity, if you kind of scroll down on the form, it says it has to include your signature and photograph, but you can present a previous US passport book, previous US passport card or driver's license, certificate of naturalization, certificate of citizenship, military ID, federal, state, or municipal government employee identification card. And your driver's license cannot be temporary or cannot be a learner's permit. So that's what you'll need to satisfy the proof of identity. When you go into your photograph that it said you would need, the easiest thing to do would be to go to a Walgreens or a CVS pharmacy where they can take your passport size photos. That way you know that it meets all the requirements of the actual application. So again, I usually go to Walgreens and it only takes a few minutes when I go. It depends on how busy the Walgreens you'll go to is, but it only takes a few minutes whenever I go, and you get your passport size photos. I can't really remember the fee. I think for 2 passport size photos, I think I paid like $30. I can't remember exactly, but that's around how much I paid. And for fees, if you're doing a brand new passport, if you want a passport book, like what you normally see that people have is the actual book, the fee is $110. If you want the book and the card, like an actual card, I haven't seen a card in person. I have a book, but if you want both, it's $140, or if you just want the card, it's $30. If you want to expedite your application, it's $35. Okay, so those are the fees. For renewing, if you're renewing your passport, it's the same fees as above, but I noticed they didn't have the expedite option. Okay. If you need to renew your passport, you might be eligible if it was issued less than 15 years ago and you were at least 16 or older at the time of issuance. So if you have a passport, but it's expired and all you need to do is renew it, you need to use the form DS-82 to renew, and they'll allow you to renew by mail. For brand new passports, you actually have to renew at a registered agency, but I usually go to the post office. That's the easiest, and for me, that's been the easiest thing to do, is just go to the post office. So anyway, So just to recap so far, you have your application, the DS-11, you have your proof of citizenship, you have your proof of identity, you have your color photograph, passport photos, and then you have your fee. Okay, so let's say you have all of those things. Let's go on and let's move on to actually completing the application. Okay, pretty simple, right? You choose which option you want, book, passport book, passport card, or both. You can do a regular size book or a large book. Not sure what the large books, what the purpose behind getting those are for some people. But if you need additional visa pages, I noticed here that a large book, some people want to get the large book, okay? So you have here your last name, first name, middle, your date of birth, your gender, your place of birth, city and state, your social security number, your email address, phone number, your mailing address, this for the street. If you need apartment or suite number, you put it here, city, state, zip, country, other names that you may have had, such as birth, maiden, previous. It says you stop here and continue to page 2, okay? So let's keep going. So you're going to put your name again if you're applying for yourself. This video is not going to be about applying for children, but since you are applying for yourself, you put your name here again, date of birth, and then you put your parental information. You can start with your mother or father, it doesn't matter. This is the information for the first parent you're entering here. And then the second parent you enter here. Then it goes back to you. Have you ever been married? And then you put this information about your former or current spouse. This is more information about the spouse. Your contact information, occupation. If you're not in school or not employed, you put NA for not applicable. Other personal information, your travel plans. Address. Emergency contact. This is if you have ever applied or previously been issued a U.S. passport, you put that information here as they're asking, and then you don't write below this line as they've said, okay? So that's the gist. Whenever you have everything, at that time, I would recommend calling your local post office, making an appointment. You could just go up there. It just depends on their policies. Some post offices allow walk-in, some require an appointment. So I would inquire as to which one it is, what you need to do. When you go up there, they're going to go over all your supporting documentation that you provided, make sure everything's accurate, make sure nothing, is expired. So make sure that the documents that you're bringing up there, if there's an expiration on it, make sure that it's not expired, please, and just save yourself the time. And then once they take all of those things, it actually takes about 4 to 6 weeks to process, and then you'll receive back anything that you submitted with your application. So for example, if you submitted your birth certificate as your supporting documentation, all of that goes to be processed. And then your originals you get back along with your passport. And that's pretty much it. And as I mentioned, if you have any questions, feel free to contact us. We have been through the process before, of course. So we can help out with that. And also as part of being on the tour, we of course want to make sure that you are ready to go and that you're not having any